Hello friends, greetings of the day. This is Rajiv Zune, Assistant Professor of Communication Skills at Sri Villepalli Kelvani Mandal Institute of Arts in Pune, Maharashtra. Friends, today I am interacting with you one more significant and vital aspect of communication, how to make your presentation more presentable. This is the topic which is the most crucial, most significant, most important, as every student has to deliver presentation at this level or that level. Not only in academics, but in professional life also. Making deliverable presentation, making effective presentation is the most important thing. So friends, today in this session, we are going to talk about, we are going to learn about, we are going to explore about how to enhance the delivery of your presentation. And a lot of points we are going to think on effective delivery of presentation. So friends, let's dive deeper, explore the topic designing effective presentation. Friends, at the outset, let me thank you for your active support and motivation for my YouTube videos. Thank you friends. So let's move ahead. At the beginning, we should be clear what is the outline of this presentation. Friends, at the end of the session, or throughout the session, you'll be able to know what are the key points which are involved in effective delivery of presentation. Along with that, how to organize your information to make your presentation more effective, more significant, more comprehensible. That also we are going to deal with. Along with that, the role of audio visuals, and another word is the most important, that is statistics, which either makes or either kills your presentation. So the role of the statistics is the most important one. For professionals, statistics is okay because their audience are educated one, but when it comes to a layman, when it comes to delivering a presentation to human, at the time you have to keep in mind the attentive level of your audience. So there comes in picture the audience profile. When you are making your presentation, when you are designing your presentation, at the time you have to keep in mind the profile of your audience. I mean, the audience analysis matters over there. Along with that, you will be able to understand what the management of performance anxiety. Most of the times, most of the students come across this point, that is stage fright, and how to manage, how to cope up with stage fright, and how to overcome stage fear, that we are going to study in detail. And also we are going to talk about the barriers in effective presentation. What barriers common, generally what barriers a presenter come across or an audience come across while attending or while delivering the presentation, that we are going to talk, along with how to overcome our methods and ways to overcome barriers to make your presentation more presentable, more effective, more comprehensible. And the learning objectives. I have listed here a few learning objectives. First is that at the end of the session, the audience, the listeners, the onlooker will be able to understand the key points involved in effective delivery, effective presentation. What major points are there that we need to incorporate, we need to involve to make our presentation more presentable? Those key points you will understand as I am going to explore one by one them in detail. You'll be in a position to understand the barriers which obstruct, which doesn't allow you to make your presentation presentable, engaging, comprehensible. Those barriers also I'm going to explore. You'll be in a position to understand at the end of the session, along with methods and techniques how to overcome them. Also, you'll understand how to overcome performance anxiety. As I said earlier, performance anxiety is the crucial point in delivering effective delivery, making or designing your effective presentation. No matter how much knowledge you have, how much experience of the field you have, but if you have fear in the mind, if you have stress in the mind regarding performance anxiety, then definitely your body will not support you, your mind will not support you during your presentation, and your presentation will be not at par with the expectations of your audience and your self expectations also. And at the end of the session, learner will be able to make effective, comprehensible, understandable, successful delivery of the presentation. So friends, let's dive deeper and explore the points which are involved in making presentation effective. So what are the key points? So friends, the most important point in the beginning that we need to consider, we need to envisage is what? Knowing your topic. Just for the sake of designing presentation and making your presentation more effective, making the delivery of your presentation, you should not make presentation. You should know your topic, the outline of the topic, your audience, and the delivery of time. Each and every point you are supposed to know in detail. Then and then only you can make your presentation more effective. Just your mentor has told you to make your presentation, and for the sake of designing your presentation, if you are making and if you have very scanty mere knowledge regarding your topic, then definitely your presentation will not be effective. The outline of the presentation gives you hints, prompts you hints. Suppose that in between, if any point you miss, then if you have outlined very effectively, you can manage your presentation over there. And regarding audience analysis, we are going to explore in detail. Remember the crucial 4 P's of effective delivery of your presentation. What are those 4 P's? You need to plan your presentation, you need to prepare your presentation, you need to practice your presentation, and you need to perform your presentation. These 4 P's are the heart of the effective delivery of presentation. If you want to make your presentation more comprehensible, then you have to work on those 4 P's. These 4 P's are considered as the pillars, the basic pillars of making your presentation more effective, more significant. So friends, in addition to these 4 P's, you have to keep in mind the rule of 10, 20, 30. What that rule tells you, the rule is about 10 slides, 20 font size, and 30 minutes. It means what? If you want to deliver 30 minutes presentation, then you should have max to max 10 slides and the font size 20. If you keep this general rule in your mind, then definitely your presentation can be more productive, more engaging, more attentive, and more comprehensible. In addition to that, friends, you must have competency over what? LTT, that is what? Language, topic, and time. If you are poor in communication, then definitely your presentation will not be effective. No doubt your statistics, your visuals, your audio, whatever animation you are going to use in presentation, each and everything will help you. But your language, your communication either makes or either kills your presentation. So friends, try to gain the mastery over your communication. And when you have mastery over communication, then definitely devoting your time to the topic, you can collect the topic material and you can work on it and you can make yourself a knowledgeable person on your topic. So friends, you have to be mastery over what? You have to competency over LTT, that is language, topic, and time. In addition to that, effective presentation. An effective presenter organizes very meticulously and plan very carefully. So effective organization and a meticulous organization and careful planning is also vital aspect of your presentation. You have to keep very minute attention to your introduction, to your main body, and to your conclusion. Friends, always do remember key ideas, supporting details, and technical assistance, because these topics will help you immensely. You need to find out what are the key ideas of my presentation, what are the supporting details, additional examples which illustrate my key ideas, and what technical assistance is required for me during my presentation. These points you have to keep in mind. Friends, along with that, you have to pay attention to the needs and interest of the audience to make your presentation more interactive. Most of the times what happens, whatever presentations I have witnessed, the presenter just only read aloud the slides. He never even bothers about looking at the audience. In this way, if you are delivering your presentation, how do you think that your audience will be interested in a presentation and they will listen you thoroughly? No. No need to read aloud your presentation, because your audience are educated enough. They can read out your slides, whatever content you have placed on your slides. What you have to make? You have to make your bullet points, whatever you have placed over there. You have to make your bullet points, whatever bullet points you have placed over there, understandable, comprehensible, giving additional examples and secondary explanations. So friends, determine the purpose, objective and outline. All these things going to assist to visualize an elaborate presentation. So effective presenter does what? He elaborates. He makes audience envisages the entire presentation, and there is the success of your effective delivery of presentation. Friends, along with that, you need to keep in mind the audience expectations, the purpose of your audience, the suitability of the audience, the fruitfulness of your presentation, and the fruitfulness of the time spent on your presentation by the audience, as well as accomplishment and your expectations and the expectations of audience. Each and every point you have to keep in mind while making your presentation more deliverable and effective. Friend, always do prepare plan B, because sometimes what happens when you are about to start your presentation, the organizer rushes to you and tells you that, sir, you have lesser time, please cut your presentation to 20 minutes. At the time, if you have not thought about that, then think about your presentation. Sometimes what happens during your presentation, organizer rushes to you and tells you that, sir, please expand your presentation for more 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So friends, looking at this unexpected problems, you have to manage or keep ready your plan B. Means at 11th hour, you'll be in a position to either expand or curtail your presentation. That mastery you can have, and when you can have that mastery over your presentation, if you prepare your presentation thoroughly, if you plan your presentation, if you organize your presentation meticulously, then definitely you'll be in a position to either expand or either curtail your presentation as per the requirements of the organizer. So friends, effective presentation is what? It's a formal presentation. No informal language, colloquial expressions can be there in a presentation. It has a specific purpose in your perspective, I mean in the perspective of presenter as well as in the perspective of audience, and it is well organized, well structured. So friends, move ahead on next slide. We are exploring the key points in effective presentation one by one. Friends, follow 6x6 rule. Now the question is, what is this 6x6 rule? Friends, 6x6 rule is what? On a slide, you should place not more than 6 bulletin points, and in every bulletin points, only 6 keywords should be there. In this way, if you place the content on your slide, then definitely your slide will not be overcrowded. Most of the times, whatever presentations I have witnessed, what I have seen, that presenter keeps so much content on the slide that content itself kills the expectations of the audience. So please, whenever you are making your presentation, whenever you are designing your slides, please do not overload your slides with content and information. Only bulletin points, supplementary elucidation or explanation, you are there to deliver. Friend, always keep in mind your body language, because that's what makes your presentation more presentable. Very sadly, I do express here that in Indian education system, body language is always ignored. We give much significance and focus to what? To expression through words. I mean verbal communication only. Non-verbal communication is always suppressed. That shouldn't happen with you. Friends, the things, the ideas which we cannot express through verbal communication, that we express through non-verbal communication. And non-verbal communication always enhances the delivery of your verbal communication. So friends, your appearance, your gestures and postures, your movements and manners assist either to attract the attention of the audience or distract audience from your presentation. So friends, keep the role of body language in your presentation, language and voice aspect. These 2 points are also immensely help you. When it comes to language, you need to you need to ponder on vocabulary. You have to keep in mind the grammar, the punctuations, tone, modulation, voice modulation, the pace of delivery, your pauses, each and everything matters a lot during your presentation. For example, here one example I have taken. A woman, suppose that a comma is there, without her man is nothing. See, what is the meaning of that sentence? A woman without her man is nothing. Suppose that if I change punctuation, see, what is the meaning of this sentence? A woman, comma, without her man is nothing. If a man is not there for a woman, her existence will not be there. The importance, significance to her existence will not be there. Suppose that if I change the place of comma, say, a woman without her man is nothing. Suppose that if I place a comma over there after man, a woman without her man is nothing. See, the entire meaning of the sentence gets changed. Means without woman, man won't have any importance. That you have to keep in mind, friends. If you change the place of comma, the entire meaning of the sentence gets changed. So move ahead, friends. Eye contact and audio video visuals. Eye contact is the most important part of your body language. Whether you have a trust in your content, whether you have amicable relationships with your audience, that can be signaled through your eye contact. How cordial, how formal, how friendly, how amicable you are with your audience, that is signaled, that is indicated through your eye contact. So friend, always do make eye contact whenever you are making your presentation. And audio, video, visuals. You have to check, you have to recheck whatever audio, video, visuals you are using throughout your presentation. Because sometimes what happens, if any technical glitch is there, and if your audio, videos are not working, then definitely your presentation will not be effective. So again and again, you have to check and recheck whether they are intact or not. Then the effective presentation is not simply, as I said earlier, reading aloud. That's what lots of students and even teachers do. So friend, do not read aloud simply your presentation. Effective delivery of presentation is what? It involves interacting with your audience. Along with that, you have to give supplementary examples. You have to give additional supporting data. Don't simply read out the bullet points that you have placed or whatever content you have placed on your slide. You have to speak with the audience. If you are not maintaining eye contact with your audience, I don't think they will be in a position to comprehend your presentation. And always, effective, successful presenter is passionate about getting feedback. Always try to get feedback. If it is positive, it motivates you. If it is negative, it tells you your weak points, where you have to work to make your presentation more attractive, engaging in future. So friends, always remember your slide background, animation, because their role is most important in your presentation. What kind of slide background you are using, what kind of animation, what we do, and freely animations are available, and we unexpectedly use them a lot, and because of that animations, too much use of animations bores your audience. As per the requirement of your content and as per the requirement of and expectations of the audience, please do use animation moderately. And the slide background, it depends where you are giving your presentation, what kind of audience you have, what is the topic of your presentation. Accordingly, using your reason, you are supposed to use the background of your slide. And always do remember this pathy line: tell what you are going to tell. In the beginning itself, you have to put the outline of your presentation in front of your audience, so they can have a roadmap what you are going to explore throughout the presentation. As I said earlier, the outline of my presentation is this one, and always remind what you have told them. In between, if you have a summative approach, as I mentioned on my first slide, it's summative approach. In between, during your presentation, always if you are recapitulating what points you have told, then definitely your presentation can be more comprehensible. Friends, always keep your presentation lively and interactive. Anecdotes, stories, examples from life. These things make your presentation more live, more inspiring, and more interactive and fun-oriented. And what key elements you have to remember always: planning, preparation, practice, performance, your content, and your audio visuals. Most of the times we pay attention to the audio visuals, animation and content. Remembering things, language, this aspect we utterly forget, and that is what the gross mistake we always commit. If you want to effective, successful, productive presenter, then the language must be there in the picture of effective delivery of your presentation. Friends, always summarize the key ideas of your presentation intermittently, because if you summarize, if you recapitulate, then definitely the attentive level, the retention level of your audience can be more. When it comes to audio visuals, what you have to keep in mind, first you need to clear on their role. What they do, if you use them, they make your presentation more lively, more clear, readable, and understandable. Suppose that statistics. Instead of giving statistics in a tabular form, if you give that in paragraph, then definitely that paragraph will make the complexity of your or enhance the complexity of your presentation, and the audience fail to understand the clear picture of the slide. So better for statistics, you use graphical communication. A lot of things are there: pie chart, bar graph, a lot of things are there. Then the audio visuals, they add power to your words. As I told earlier that audio visual is a part of body language, and body language enhances your verbal communication. Appeal directly to the imagination. As they are the visuals, pictures, images, and voices, they directly arrest the attention, your imagination. They call imagination directly and enhance the attentiveness of the audience. They help avoid verbosity. Instead of language, you can use maps. Instead of language statistics, you can use tabular statistics. So your graphical communication, your audio visuals can give you added advanced benefits of not using language, and thereby avoiding the verbosity or the ambiguity of language and whatever faults comes with the use of language. And these audio visuals minimizes what the complexity, as I said earlier, complexity of the language. And always do remember, one slide, one idea, one visual. If you keep this heart of the presentation in your mind, then definitely I think, friends, your presentation can be more significant and more effective. So friends, move ahead. What are the barriers in the effective delivery of the presentation? When we are talking about the barriers, few of the general common barriers I have listed here, friends. First one is lack of preparation and practice. When your mentor has told you make presentation, then what you do? Google Master we have at our tip of available at the tip of the finger. We collect the material from the Google, we place as it is without any change, or if we do any change, then a slight change we do make and put those entire content on slide, and we face the presentation without any preparation, without any rehearsal, without any practice. We always forget that adage which we are told since our birth, that practice makes man perfect. We forget it. Without any practice, without any rehearsal, we directly try to face the presentation, and we expect that our presentation should be effective. And we say, sir, I have done so much work, still you have given less mark. Why such things happens? Because you may not have mastery over your content, because you may not have the mastery over coping your performance anxiety. So a lot of things are there in the picture. We consider only technical aspect, that I have collected material, I have made the slides, then my mentor should give me the marks. Such things are not there, friends. Always try to enhance your presentation, delivery of your presentation through practice, through planning, through organizing, and through rehearsals. So friends, and another thing, as I said, that our favorite master, the Google is there available, and all the content we take from the Google or Wikipedia, and from only one source. We rely very much on one source, that it destroys the creativity, imagination of our presentation. That shouldn't happen. And another most vital aspect, that is the lack of self-confidence. When self-confidence can be there, if you are able to manage your stage fear, if you have drills of mock presentation, then and then only you'll be in a position to overcome your self-confidence. So friends, go ahead and say barriers we were talking about. Mispronunciation, unclear tone and voice. I mean the barriers related to language. And when you can overcome the barriers attributed to language, if you constantly communicate in that language in which you are giving your presentation. For example, students or people coming from vernacular language. Most of the times, these students, they underestimate themselves, that we are coming from vernacular medium. We always communicate in our mother tongue or vernacular tongue. So our communication, our delivery, our presentation in English will not be effective, friends. It's not like that. A lot of people are there around in the society that though they have studied in the vernacular medium, but they are effective, productive, successful presenters. Thing is what? You must be passionate about your presentation. You must be passionate about your language. You can be multilinguistic, provided if you are passionate about it. So friends, linguistic barrier along with language, stage fright can act as a barrier. As I always say, that if you don't have that confidence to face the audience from the stage, then invisible stress, invisible Himalayan stress can be there on your mind, and that can kill your confidence. And another negative thought, whether I'll be effective presenter or not, whether I'll have mastery over my content or not. All these things definitely undermines your confidence. And another is glossophobia. That is what? Fear of public speaking. And that's what the fear of, and that's what kills the effective delivery of presentation. Friends, always through what you can try to overcome the glossophobia, if always you hold the chances, opportunities to express your thoughts publicly, then definitely through that initiative you can kill the fear of public speaking, and you can overcome the glossophobia. Friend, you must be clear about the purpose of the presentation, being a presenter. If you are not clear, if you are without direction, if you are wavered regarding your presentation and outline of your presentation, then definitely your presentation will not be effective and productive. And always keep this mantra in your mind. And what is this mantra? That write for ear. Because audience, no matter they are going to understand through your visual, but a lot of auditory learners can be there. Learners through visuals, they'll understand, they'll try to understand through what? Statistics and body language and graphics, audio, video, etc. But always you should focus on writing for ear. Use direct language, plain language and simple language. So you have mastery on your language, please you do not use hard phrases, words and language that makes your language more difficult to understand for a common audience. Talking about the introduction, how your introduction should be. Introduction is what? It's an art of riding a horse. When you are giving your presentation, it is also similar to riding a horse. If the frequency is matched in the beginning, then you can ride the horse and explore the potential of the horse. And suppose that if you are not able to ride on the horse in the beginning, definitely your frequency will not be matched. The same skill you can adopt here. Riding horse is similar to riding your audience, and introduction helps you over there. If you are able to ride your audience during your introduction, then definitely you will be able to sit on the heart of your audience for a longer time, and you can enhance their understanding, and you can make your presentation more presentable, more effective. So friends, in introduction, it's all about your objectives. Objectives must be clear. It must be attention holder. There you can use a short video, you can use a story anecdote, you can use different images to make it attention holder. Relate the topic with the needs and interests of the audience, because if their interest is there, then definitely they can be attracted towards your presentation. And it is a basic instinct of every human being to see what is there for me. If it is relevant to me, if my interest is there, then definitely naturally and spontaneously I will be attracted towards it. So friends, introduction. In introduction, you need to use the punchline for startling effect. A surprising introduction you must have to make it catchy and kindle the curiosity of your audience. Use a quotation to make it remarkable. Compliment the audience in the beginning itself. Establish rapport and credibility with your audience so that you can make your introduction more effective. Audience awareness. Know their profile, their age, interest, passion, their purpose, their motivation. Everything you must clear about the audience. Their attitude, their ability to understand your content. Because all these points are going to help you a lot. And while talking about the main body, main body is what a central part, and it should consume the 90% of your total allotted time. It includes main idea, your supporting details and explanation. And here you have to pay close attention to the main body. Remember, the audience can be diverse and their expectations can be diverse, and you have to cater their needs. Divide the material into small chunks to make it understandable and to explicate it. Unfold the thought in a variety of approach and methods. Use examples to clarify your thoughts, illustrate and enhance your thought, and fortify your points. So friends, when you are using examples, always keep in mind that examples remove the unclarity, ambiguity of your statement. It removes the cobwebs. They arrest attention to perceive the thought. They enhance the focus. So friends, you can use the technique comparing and contrasting, as you can compare and contrast the styles, you can compare contrast structure, methodology and approach, and so that you can make your the delivery of your presentation more effective. Friends, when you are using the statistics, it must be collected, it must be culled from reliable resources. It shows the magnitude of the topic, the scope of your topic. It assists to develop the listener. But too much use of statistics sometimes ruins your presentation. So this point you have to keep in mind. And to make your presentation more effective, the pace of delivery is the most important one. The volume of voice, the intonation, these points, these technical points of language enhance your delivery. Decide ending with punch. Most of the times, most of the presenter decides about the beginning. But if you want to be unique, if you want to be different from the common or general presenters, then you have to decide about end well also. Remember, improper conclusion erases all good impact and impression that you have made on your audience so far. So proper conclusion is also important thing. Friend, great is the art of beginning. Great is the art of beginning, but greater is the art of ending, as W.H. Longfellow says. So friends, I request you to pay attention to how to make your conclusion more effective. As I said, your conclusion should repeat what concisely and powerfully the central ideas of your presentation. Friends, always too much slides kills the soul of your effective presentation. So friend, avoid death by PPT, animation, bullet points, and slide after slide. Not too much slides are important. Not too much bullet points are significant. Not too much animation will assist you. Only moderate use of them will help you a lot. Friend, overcome performance anxiety through what? First, try to understand why it occurs. It occurs due to anticipation of performance. If you are prejudging your performance, then definitely anxiety can be there. It will loosen your physique and your breath. And what will help you? If you loosen your physique, if you breathe deeper, inhaling and exhaling, and if you relax, then definitely you can enhance your confidence. You can muster your courage. Don't improvise. Don't need to improvise. Slides are there. You can sometimes take as your hint points and prepare thoroughly. These points help you overcome your performance anxiety. Act confidently. When you can act confidently, if you rehearse, if you practice, focus on the delivery of your presentation. Don't be apprehensive. No one is going to kill you. No one is there to humiliate you. Try to remove that negative thought. Keep that thought out of your mind. Just focus on the delivery of your presentation. Reinforce your main ideas. Stimulate your audience. Inspire them. Motivate them. And always remember that great speakers were the bad speakers at the first. As you know, George Bernard Shaw, the best speaker of the world. At the beginning, he was very shy and poor in speaking at the beginning of his life. But at the age of 35, he became the world's best orator. So friends, as R.W. Emerson has expressed, great speakers were the bad speakers at first. So your journey towards effective speaker, productive speaker, successful speaker starts with your first step of poor speaker. So friends, try to be a great speaker, successful speaker, and effective speaker. Thank you, friends, for your kind support and appreciative remarks. I hope that I have covered most of the topic, most of the points of this topic. Thank you for your support. To like my video and have your constant blessings and support. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.